Two families. One, savanna. The lions have size, power, and coordination refined across millions of years of hunting. The baboons have something different, intelligence sharp enough to read a lion's intention before it acts, and numbers willing to back that intelligence with canines longer than a leopard's. You'll see in a few moments why this duel has no easy winner and why both sides pay heavily to survive it. Just before we continue, we're new to YouTube, and we've just created this channel for wildlife enthusiasts like you. We need your support to keep moving forward. Consider subscribing to help us continue this adventure as long as possible. The Serengeti does not separate its animals cleanly into categories of strong and weak, hunter and hunted. It mixes them, forces them into the same water sources during drought, the same woodland edges during the dry season, the same narrow corridors of shade when the midday heat drives everything toward cover. In this mixing, relationships form that are more complicated than simple predator and prey. The lion pride includes 14 members, 4 adult lionesses, 2 coalition males, and 8 growing cubs. The experienced males defend the pride, while the lionesses handle hunting, raising cubs, and protecting territory. Closely related and highly coordinated, they work together efficiently, making the pride a strong and organized social group. One kilometer to the northeast, the baboon troop numbers 83 individuals. The alpha male is not the largest animal in the troop, but he is the most strategically positioned. He has built alliances with 3 other senior males whose combined support makes his authority stable in a way that pure physical dominance alone never could. His canines are over 5 centimeters long. For context, a leopard's canines average around 4. He has used them once this season in a serious fight, and the outcome ended that dispute in under 30 seconds. Baboons and lions share the same territory every day, creating constant tension. Their relationship has been shaped by countless encounters, from peaceful retreats to deadly conflicts. These confrontations are about more than food. Both species are fighting to protect their families, territory, and survival in the same challenging landscape. The baboon infant is 3 weeks old and has not left its mother's body since birth. She carries it pressed against her chest, one hand available for foraging, one maintaining contact with the infant at all times. When she moves through the troop, other females reach toward the infant, touching, grooming, the social investment that the troop makes in every new life, because every new life represents the troop's future. The alpha male positions himself at the troop's exposed edge during foraging, scanning continuously, his presence alone enough to make most predators recalculate whether this troop is worth the effort. The baboon troop's survival is built on information. Every individual in an 83-member group is processing the environment from a slightly different position, and the alarm calls they use communicate not just the presence of a predator, but its species, its direction, and in the subtle gradations of call intensity that experienced troop members read fluently, its immediate behavioral state, whether it is moving or still, whether it has spotted the troop or is hunting something else, whether it is alone or with others. This is what the lions are dealing with. Not prey that detects them, prey that analyzes them. 3 kilometers away, the lion pride's youngest cubs are 4 months old and still clumsy, in a way that will be gone by 6 months if they eat consistently enough to develop on schedule. The mother of the smallest cub has been increasingly tense. Her cub's weight is not tracking the way it should, and the last 3 hunts produced kills that were divided among 14 animals without leaving enough for a growing cub that needs more than its share. She nurses the cub longer than the others nurse theirs, and in the brief resting periods between hunts she keeps it pressed against her flank with a specificity that the other mothers do not need to match right now. Both of these mothers, the baboon with her 3-week-old and the lioness with her underweight cub, are operating under the same fundamental pressure. The savanna will not make exceptions for developmental needs or emotional bonds. It simply presents conditions, and the animals that navigate them successfully raise their young. Those that do not navigate them successfully do not. The baboon troop and the lion pride share this pressure even as they create it for each other, and the encounters that result from their overlapping worlds are shaped as much by this shared desperation as by any instinct toward dominance or survival. The troop reaches the fruiting acacia stand at mid-morning and spreads through it with the organized efficiency of animals that have been foraging cooperatively for their entire lives. Baboons eat almost everything the savanna offers: fruit, seeds, roots, dug from the cracked earth, insects turned up from under bark, small lizards taken with a quick grab, and occasionally prey that no one would expect from an animal this size. A juvenile male at the edge of the troop spots a young hare frozen in the grass below the acacias. He drops from the branch, chases it down in a short burst, and carries it back up into the tree. 3 other males immediately position around him, not to steal, but to negotiate. The complex social currency of the troop flowing in real time as food changes hands through a series of affiliations and debts, too layered to summarize simply. This is what baboon intelligence looks like in practice. Not tool use or abstract problem solving in the way humans demonstrate intelligence, but a continuous, high-speed processing of social information: who owes what to whom, which alliances are currently active, which animals can be approached, and which cannot. That produces outcomes no single animal in the troop could achieve alone. The lions hunt differently. The late afternoon stalk that the 3 senior lionesses begin against a wildebeest on the edge of the waterhole is a coordinated operation built on years of shared experience. One animal positions wide to cut the escape route. A second approaches from the blind side, using the waterhole bank as cover. The third holds position and waits. The wildebeest, drinking with its head down, is managing 3 separate threat vectors simultaneously and does not have the cognitive architecture to do that successfully. The lions know this. The positioning is designed around exactly this limitation. The kill takes 40 seconds from the final charge to the throat hold. The baboon troop, 300 meters away in the acacia stand, has been tracking the entire approach through alarm calls passed from sentry to sentry, updating their information every 30 seconds. The moment the lions make their final charge, every baboon in the troop has already adjusted its position, moving higher, moving tighter, moving toward the alarm call sources to build a clearer picture of where the threat is and which direction it is moving. They will not move away from the area. They will wait, informed and positioned, until the lions have fed and settled, and then resume foraging in the same space. This is not bravado. It is efficiency, moving the entire troop away from a productive foraging site every time lions hunt nearby would cost more than it saves. Better to track the lions accurately and stay close enough to the resources they need. You'll see in a few moments exactly how thin the margin is on that calculation. The troop roosts in the fever trees along the riverbed, 20 meters up, pressing into the upper branches in tight family groups. The largest males at the perimeter positions closest to the access routes from the ground. The lions know this tree. The two coalition males approach separately, one along the riverbank, one through the grass line on the far side, timing their convergence with a coordination that suggests this is not their first attempt on this roost. The first baboon alarm call goes up before either lion is within 50 meters because the sentry system runs continuous updates even through the night, and the male's approach created enough ambient disturbance to trigger it. The troop reacts. Within seconds, alarm calls spread through the roost as baboons climb higher into the trees. Mothers carry infants to thin branches beyond a lion's reach, while adult males move to stronger branches. Their loud, coordinated barks warn the troop and signal to the lions that they have been detected. The younger coalition male tests the base of the tree. 3 adult male baboons descend to the 15-meter mark and hold position, barking continuously, close enough to engage if he climbs and far enough up that his strike range cannot reach them from the ground. He looks up at them. He reads the numbers and the positions and the collective intensity of what he is facing, and after 30 seconds, he moves on. The older male never approached the tree. He circled the perimeter, read the sentry response, and made the calculation before committing to anything. The Pride moves southeast along the riverbed, and the baboon troop's alarm calls track their movement for 400 meters before the intensity begins to drop. Nobody slept much. Nobody was taken. The night's cost was energy and stress, paid by both sides, the lions that hunted and found nothing, the baboons that defended and found no rest. You'll see this exchange repeated every few days across the dry season, and each time the margin between a safe outcome and a catastrophic one runs narrower than either side would choose. Encounters between baboons and lions often defy expectations. An alpha male baboon defending an infant can drive off a young lioness with a powerful bite before she finishes her attack. The troop then works together, forcing the lioness to retreat while the infant is quickly moved to safety. The balance can change just as fast. A baboon separated from its troop at dusk becomes an easy target for waiting lions. When this happens, the troop responds with distress calls and behaviors that researchers describe as signs of grief, continuing long after the danger has passed. Both species learn from every encounter. Lions that have been chased by a troop approach future confrontations more cautiously, while baboons strengthen their sentry rotations and choose safer sleeping sites after losing a member. Their rivalry is shaped by thousands of encounters over generations, creating an ongoing struggle where neither side can dominate or abandon the shared savanna. If this is the kind of world you want to explore, subscribe now. We are just getting started.